the pandemic now has really paused the resistance a little bit, but it has definitely changed the way in which this resistance is happening. I mean, people are far more worried about COVID-19 at the moment. We know that there are some who are still training with the PDF. We know that there's still resistance happening, and we certainly know that there's guerrilla activity happening around the cities. I mean, every day there are protests, and quite often we're hearing about these small bombs going off around the cities as well. So it doesn't mean that people have given up, but certainly I don't think we're seeing the same loud campaigning that was happening at the very beginning. And of course, people are tired. This has been going on for almost 6 months now. People don't have the economy or the budget or the money to keep going. And now many of them are sick. We know that many of them have joined the PDF, or the People's Defence Force, and it looks like there's quite a large number of young people who are willing to use force back against the military. What I've been told by many of the people who I've spoken to is that they would rather die than get medical assistance from anyone who is remotely associated with the military. And it's very worrying, because obviously this is the same reaction from the public in regards to vaccines. We're seeing the civilians helping each other. We're seeing a large amount of civil society organizations cropping up and charity organizations cropping up, people helping each other within their streets and their own townships and wards. They're not relying on government, whether it be, the NUG or the military. They're not relying on the international community. They know that they're alone in this, and they've all pulling out the stops to help each other. So I don't know what's more uniting, but this has definitely shown that they're willing to put their divisions aside. I mean, even under Myanmar law, I think people have said that this coup is illegal. And it doesn't look like the military wants to relinquish any power. It's been 6 months. It doesn't look like they're backing down. If anything, they're squeezing harder, and the people who suffer are the people of Myanmar. So for them to say that they will give free and fair elections is a complete joke, and we know that this is not true. People have already voted for the government they want. They voted in the NLD in November 2020. They don't care about whether the military is going to hold their own elections or not. Definitely, we need to see more action, and we need to see more urgent action. So these enhanced sanctions by countries that have already imposed sanctions, but also countries like Australia and some of the ASEAN countries who haven't done anything so far. We'd like to see more action, less words, fewer words. The UN can also step up. The Security Council should be doing everything they can to ensure that an arms embargo is enforced, and that the Myanmar military can no longer buy weapons from anyone around the world. It's not okay that they're using these weapons against their own civilian populations. The biggest worry, of course, is that the Myanmar people are going to slide more and more into devastation and poverty as this country becomes more of a pariah state. We've seen 10 years of really hard work to get economic uplift, education, healthcare, all the things that make a country a democracy going in the right direction, just being totally dismantled in 6 months. It's awful to watch.